Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. We are here with a pickle pile. I have 3 piles here in front of me, so allow yourself a couple moments to get in tune with your breath, to release whatever stresses or worries may be on your mind, to simply step into the essence of what you are calling forth. And when you feel like you've reached that point, select a pile that resonates with you. We have yellow calcite here, we have amethyst here, and we have unakite here. So whenever you're called, pick your pile. Okay, so I am going to get started with the yellow calcite, and that will be pile number 1. So if you represent pile number 1. One moment here, let me get everything nice. Okay, we're gonna put pile number 2 and pile number 3 off to the side. So pile number 1, you're representing calcite, yellow calcite, often found in Mexico, as this is where I've gotten my piece from. Very good for clearing the air, I want to say. So maybe some of you may want to clear the air. What I meant was really great for communication, really good for maintaining or carrying through happiness, personal happiness, personal joy, personal fulfillment. So if you're struggling with like self-confidence, yellow calcite is a really great gemstone to work with. Okay, so just a little bit for you. If you are wanting to have a peaceful conversation with somebody, I'd recommend having some yellow calcite. Okay. I feel like also if you're a writer and you want to change states or you've been stuck, you can work with yellow calcite. Okay. Also, I feel like if people are struggling with potassium, this is just intuitively said, you can work with yellow calcite. I'm also hearing people with thyroids can also work with yellow calcite. I did not come here though to give you a video on the metaphysical properties and correlations with calcite, but that is just what came off the top of the head. So if you've chosen calcite, pile number 1, this is your message. Okay. Pile number 1. Is it better if I do it like this? I think it's better if I do it like the way I had. Pile number 1, your overall message is flexibility. Pile number 1, your vision. It's something about your vision. When you see things, pile number 1, you are tunnel visioning. Nothing can get in your way. Pile number 1, people see you as ferocious, okay? You could be a fire sign or have heavy fire placements or a fire stellium. People understand or really take account to your poise and your physique. So you could be someone who is very, who cares about their physical health and their physical presence. So you are, and thus, a person who cares about self-care. You are also someone that they see as someone not to be fucked with. I feel like you can operate in many different rooms and you probably get along with a lot of different people. Pile number 1. I also get maybe some of you guys could benefit from being in a tropical or a warmer climate. Pile number 1. I get also around, to me this feels like fall, but for some people it could be around spring. Around fall, the springtime and the fall time, naturally, as humans do, there are changes that we need to adjust to as the weather too, and the plant's life too is adjusting into its new season. So around springtime and then again around the fall time, you'll be asked to make a decision or to alter the way that you've normally or have normally been doing something. Okay, you may not want to do that, pile number 1, but do not fight pile number 1. what's necessary or what's being called towards you at this time. Pile number 1, I'm also drawn to tell you that prosperity is just on the other side. You are on the upward trend and filled with lots of fulfillment and growth in your path. So what does that mean for you, pile number 1? This could be resonating for a group of people who does not see their bounty come in right now, and they're thinking of maybe switching up. Spirit is saying, no, remain consistent. Your idea or your project or your business could be talked about in rooms that you don't even know. Your markets could be changing. That's to some people who own online businesses. You may have had a trajectory of only having this type of client, or only having this type of market, or only having this part of the world purchase your projects. I'm feeling like globally you will be expanding, or nationally or regionally there's some type of expansion out of the norm for you that's on the arrival. Okay, remember that you've bared many storms before and you are resilient. Okay, your ideas are rich, your physique is rich. Okay, also I feel like what's best about you is that you are really agile. You don't stick to the norm, pile number 1. Pile number 1. Pile number 1. I like this message for you, pile number 1. Some of you guys can resonate as your spirit animal as a tiger. Some of you guys could be desiring to go on a faraway journey or on a vacation, a getaway. Pile number 1. I feel like pile number 1 is calling into being. Their circumstance may not be exactly what they are desiring. However, this does not take away from the fact that pile number 1 can allow their current circumstance to allow them to dream bigger, brighter, okay, bolder, because they know that their current circumstance is not their entire reality. Pile number 1, I dig that. Pile number 1. Let's get into your starseed message, pile number 1. So flexibility. Pile number 1, I also want to tell you, you are one of one. You may like to be around a lot of people, though life and some circumstances put you where you are the oddball out, or you have to do something solo, or you have to walk down a path solo. Embrace that. Do not run from that. Do not try to be like everybody else. You get placed in certain circumstances for a particular reason, and it's for you to show yourself that you can overcome this, that your ferocity is within you, that you don't need anybody else to give that to you in order to achieve success. You are your greatest master, pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, your first card out is a new earth. I'm feeling, did you see that? The translucency, there's like a reflection of color. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. What do we say, pile number 1? You may not see the tangibility of the work that you put in, or that your idea is profitable, but just wait. Things are unfolding right before your eyes. Let me know, pile number 1, when this does happen, when your business starts to expand into different territories, different regions, okay? Let me know when that good news comes in. Hey, we stumbled upon your business through our digital media platform, and we think that you'll be a good fit. Let me know when all these great praises and offers come in for you, okay? This is a new chapter. And you also have all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, trust your gaze within. What did I say? That the prosperity for pile number 1 is bestowed upon you. Pile number 1. Pile number one, you're walking into a new path and to claim it. You're entering a new labyrinth, pile number one. Or look up labyrinths. You could have been seeing labyrinths, okay? You could have got to the center of a labyrinth and now you're having to work your way back to the beginning. Like, everything you ask for, pile number one, you get it. You might need to be flexible, more flexible than you already see yourself to be as you're embarking on this journey, pile number one. Let's get into your tarot message. Okay, pile number one. Pile number one. Okay, let's get into your message. Okay. Pile number one. Pile number one. Your first card out was the Three of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Wands. So a boomerang is what I'm hearing. Something comes back around, this time only twice as nice. Something comes back around and presents itself with a new opportunity. You could be at the point that something does come back around, pile number one. You could be offered a new opportunity where you have to make a decision between the past opportunity, something that you really wanted at the time, and now something new that you've went out and forged for yourself because that thing didn't work out in the beginning. I feel like you having to choose between two offers or two things, like you're being pulled in two different ways, pile number one. But remember, both circumstances, pile number one, is something that you manifested. What else for pile number one? Pile number one, you have the Ten of Swords in reverse and the past. Pile number one, the Ten of Swords in reverse and the past. You're looking at all the times you got broken, but you don't see that possibility, that transformation, that offer, that beauty that's on the horizon staring at you to pull yourself out of the rut, pull yourself out of the past. So what if you go with a new decision because the past decision is no longer the present you? So what? I want you to do what's genuinely for you. Look at this with the High Priestess in reverse and the Nine of Wands also in reverse. There's something coming back around to see where you stand. Look at this with the Ace of Wands to see if that offer still stands. You need to make a choice. Here's you calculating everything in your mental. You need to make a choice. Is that past offer going to serve me currently, or is this new offer serving me currently and serving the future me? You have here with the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords. With the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords, that's, I mean, business. It's strictly contractual. I feel like make sure you are reading your contracts. Make sure you are advocating for yourself. Make sure you are not caught with a blind eye. Make sure just how this is for the longevity too. I want you to know that. So either way with the decision, make sure you're ready for the long haul. Pile number one. Pile number one, I get that you will be tested. And at the end of the day, your word will be respected so long as you make the choice and then don't allow the choice to be made for you. That's funny because look at the Two of Swords here. As long as you make the choice and don't allow the choice to be made for you, that's your power. That's your power, pile number one. I want to read the Hierophant for you from this book, pile number one. Dogmatism, tradition, teacher, authority. We all need parents, mentors, teachers, or authorities to hold our hand and to show us the ropes sometimes. Proclaimers have the potential to prepare and educate us, but there is a fine line between a healthy mentor and a dictator. That's where you come in and you set the bounds because you know yourself. So even though people are giving you two odds, here's you right here in the middle because you already did the mental calculations. You already went through that process. So it's not like you're regarded. It's like, here, I stand between the two. Look at that. You stand between the two. Or someone is trying to stand between the two, something like that. Look at these crosses here. Lots of crosses, but the Two of Swords is uncrossed. Conviction is powerful but worthless if unchallenged. What did I say? You need to know you, because through knowing you, you're able to have that power to make the decision and not have decisions made for you. You have to make a choice, pile number one. If you are in need of guidance, perhaps it's a good time to seek healthy mentors, to consider an elder or ancestors. Listen like a child, but form your wisdom like a free thinker. Like I said, pile number one, you're going to need to stand on your own and make the choice. Okay, that's where your power is. Sound advice and accept change. Wisdom is the craft of weaving knowledge with threads of insight and love. A fact is just a fact, but it still takes to use the information effectively. If you can begin to develop this skill, you can unlock powerful ways to understand the world, see through deception, or even love others in a deeper and more compassionate way. So where do you stand? What is the lesser evil? Which choice will bring you greater gain? Pile number one. Let's see, pile number one. What if you choose the first option? The devil in the present. The first option, meaning the first option that you want to, hell no, they're trying to trick you to see how much power they have over you, how much control, how much have you been thinking about them even ever since it ended. This could have been like 15 weeks. This could have been like 15 months. This could have been like 15 days. Like, nah, they want to see if you're still stuck in the past, if you're willing to energetically cut that cord in your present with them making you this present offer. Fuck that first offer, pile number one. Let's see pile number two. If you take, not pile number two, let's see if you take the second offer. Taking the second offer. They got more to offer, I feel like. The second offer, though, requires you to leave something behind. You may not want to leave this thing behind. You may have thought of leaving this thing behind. Hold on.